And hello to all my Virgo friends. I'd like to welcome you in and into Virgo season. My name is Scott Sagent, and today I'll be doing your free psychic tarot reading for a very sunflowery September 2022. Now today they've dialed up for you a very specific spread. It's going to be a work spread all about the work corner. There's something in there that they do not want you guys to miss. The work corner is a big place too. Work, business, enterprise, area of study, collegiate courses, retirement if you're of that age, what you put your time into, hobbies and passions, and also entrepreneurship or learning anything new. Collegiate classes, I think I said that already. So basically the JOB for most people, but for other people this can be different things. So work corner is a big place. They want to focus an entire spread on that. So there's something in there that is very important in the month of September that my Virgos cannot miss. We're going to set it up in the storyline format. It's a very good spread for general readings because what it does is it casts a very wide net across all of my great Virgos, and we're telling a bunch of different stories. 2, 3, 4, 5, sometimes even 6 different stories for different Virgos. There's going to be a story in there that is right for you. It's going to be a home run. Now, it may take us a few to get there, so bear with it if the first few don't make sense, but there's going to be a story in here that is right for you, and it's going to make sense. It's going to resonate. You're going to know it's yours. They've also asked that I conclude your reading with the health scrub. So that's a doozy about physical health. It kind of looks down the different parts of the body, things that you can improve on, something that they may want you to bring awareness to so you don't get into trouble later in life, something like that. So that's always a fascinating one to look at too. I'm going to conclude your reading with the rune stone. That'll wrap the whole thing up. And also I got to tell you about this wonderful display right here. So we have a lot to talk about, Virgo. It's time to get started. The cards are already shuffled. I do that ahead of time to save us all a bunch of time. So hit that like button if you're ready to have a great September. And I'm going to bring you in right here so you can watch. There it goes. I like to share my table with you and show you what's going on here. All right. So these are my ritual cuts. I pre-shuffle the decks, but then I change them all up with the ritual cuts right here. So that is something I do live and on camera every single time. Keeps the legitimacy up and thorough, and it's the same procedure for personal private readings. It also satisfies the ritual part of tarot. So all that stuff is very important for me to do. And here's the part where I show you what's going on with the overhead cam. Now the storyline spread starts with 5 cards. It may expand bigger than that, but this is your core group. So here we go with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to need more cards than this, I can already tell. Looking for facing, turning in, still more than that, and there's our end. Now is that in view? Can you see it? You will be able to once I slide it. So you can see that even though this person is inverted and upside down, they are facing left. So we have our bracket of our storyline here. So that lets me know stop, full stop right there. Now I do need to get together with my facings, figure out like the parts of the story here, the moving parts, who's looking at who. Not a lot of facings. This deck kind of causes that a lot. It's not the greatest deck for storyline spreads. And because of that, sometimes they get very large. Not so much the case here, but you know, I was a little bit afraid of it when we got started. All right, so here, it's going to be attached there for sure. This is going to be one story. All right, so we're looking at 3 stories. It's going to be set up like this. Pretty simple as far as the distribution goes. Our inverts are good. We don't have too many blocked. That may change as we add cards. Going to need a card here to talk about if that's a person or the energy. It's the energy. Another one here. That is also the energy. And then going down here to the lovers card, I need a couple guys there. Storylines also fill up my table usually. It's not so bad since we just did 3 here. But it's still, you know, sometimes challenging to all get in camera. I'll move it around if I go off the screen at all for you. I think we're good with everything here. Inverts good, inverts good, inverts good. Everything is ready to go. Pretty simple. Now I do need an angel card for every story, and this is all, you know, work stories. Keep that in mind. There was another sign too that was all work spread this month. Who was that? That was, you are Virgo. I'm a Virgo too here reading with you guys. That was Pisces. Pisces also had a work spread. Interestingly enough, Pisces is right across the zodiac from Virgo. Pisces are the Virgo perfect opposite. So interesting that they both got work spreads. All right, so here we go. going to get started here with you guys. I got to make sure it's all on camera. Don't want to cheat you out of that. All right, so you can see the bottom story there, ending with Take Your Power Back. That's going to be story 1. We're going to come up here to Clairvoyance, and that little display to the left of him for story 2. And then story 3 is going to be all the way to the left, which you can see basically to the left of my hand right there. So let's get started, Virgo. Time to go. All right. Push that one aside, save it for last. So storyline for work, guys. Virgos. First story is talking about blocked new love. This is something new that a lot of you are trying to do with work that is not here now. It's not here yet. It's on a delay. September may be giving you hints of this success, but it's not here now. Okay, the main payoff is going to come later, maybe October. Hard to say because we're only reading for September, but this is usually something that you love. Those of you who do something with work that you love, or you're involved with a project, or the whole list of the work corner stuff I gave to you earlier, something like that, it's coming in later. So it's either just not here yet, or there's something in the way of it getting here. The timing isn't right for it, at least not right now. It's at some point that's going to break, though. Maybe October is the time. Now, they do show lovers. That is two people coming together here for work, or it's two entities that are involved in some kind of relationship here with work. I mean, I've even seen this come in as like two clients for somebody. So they may not even be people. That they can, like the language of tarot can personify entities as people here that are basically embracing in love. So there's two things, that's probably the best way I can show it to you, is there's two things working together here in this story in regards to your work, and they have to work together well. And they are checking in well, so it actually looks good. So whatever the duo is, and even if it is two people, it makes me feel like real estate agents, like a married couple that works together as real estate agents. That's the energy that's going on here, whether it's people or not. That comes in very good. So the duo is showing very good there. Now, there are other moving parts. They show the Magician, so you guys have an ability to really attract almost anything you want here. If you're with me in story 1, this is, I mean, geez, I almost, without going ahead, I almost wish I'm in story 1 here. This is looking good. The Magician is the manifester. Just like a magician makes anything come out of anywhere, like pulling out a rabbit out of a hat, for example, just magic happens. And that's basically what's showing your acuity here, your ability to do in September in regards to your work corner. If you're here in story 1 and the duo makes sense to you, and the blocked something that you love is not here yet, if that's making sense to you, this should be kind of registering too. So that is the good news, is that you can really make this what you want. There's something worth celebrating in September as well. They brought in an event. This, I've seen it come up for like a wedding, or in the case of a work spread, this could be a work party, a work gathering, going to do something that is work related, maybe even just, it makes me feel like a study group, even though like study group isn't really work. Well, I guess it is if you're in school, if you're in college or, high school, something like that, furthering your education, even as accreditations and stuff like that. So there's something to be celebrated there, or an event or a gathering there in story 1. They're also showing here kind of like the love message that this new chapter for a lot of my Virgos is on a delay. It's not here now, but that doesn't mean that you should stop. That doesn't mean you should give up. It means that, it's probably right around the corner. You just got to get the rest of the way. You got to maybe, limp to the finish line if you're beaten up over it, but you got to get there. It's right there on the horizon. All you got to do is get there, and that's a new chapter. I look at that card like a new chapter in the book of your life, and in this case, your work story. So what is your work story going to be about? Well, the great thing is that you get to decide that. You get to write that yourself, and that's showing here in September that it's popping in, but it's not fully here. Okay, so you guys can work on taking your power back. That's how you're going to get here quicker. Using your intent, and they use the word manifest in this card, so that goes with the Magician. It's just the perfect synchrony of the two. They really want you to build your own stuff here. With your co-consciousness, like using your consciousness, using other people's as well, especially if the Lovers card was two entities, two people. You guys are working together on this. Be very clear with your intent. Take your power back. It kind of also, if you read between the lines, it kind of like insinuates that you forfeited your power a little bit here. So remember that you're a powerful, loving, spiritual being in a flesh body. We are not our bodies. So, as powerful spiritual beings, anything is possible. So remember that in story 1. Very good. Let's move into story 2. Story 2, the first thing we talk about is, wow, they got lots of work stuff here. I mean, you can just tell this is a work spread. I got wands all over the place, wands up the kazoo. Now, wands are your work. That's kind of your indicator that you are talking about work, but this is a work spread, so we already knew that. They talk about being a little defensive here. If you're in story 2, it is not the time to go after change. Okay, it's kind of time to play it cool. If you thought about leaving a job, you might want to just stick it out a little bit longer. But at the same time, you got to defend yourself and your position. Don't let people walk all over you, okay? So you're taking the high ground here, especially the moral high ground, but you got to defend your stance. Defend your morals if they're under attack. If somebody's picking on you, you got to defend yourself in that regard too. You got to do something about stuff. But that's what they show. It's a defensive vibe. You don't want to go after anything here in story 2. It's not the time to change work stuff, okay? It's kind of time to let it play out in front of you. But at the same time, know your worth, and you can start changing things. As far as what they show next is start thinking about nurturing here your love corner. What's best for your family in regards to work? That's what you got to really think about here. What's best for your family, your loved ones, your close friends, those in your close circle around you. They show you do a good job of that. So it's not like you neglect it or anything like that. It's just saying that, you need to keep doing it. It needs the energy. Your work, your family, it may just be that your family needs the energy more than your work too. Just make sure you're keeping a good eye on that. They do show you do a good job, so let's just keep doing the good stuff. Thumbs up there. They do show that there is injury proneness here in story number 2. I just had that happen to myself the other day. Injury prone can come in a lot of different ways. Here's a weird example, but this just happened to me when that card came up for me personally. I got bit by an ant on my ankle, and I couldn't even tell you the last time I got bit by anything, really. Well, I guess I got stung by a wasp earlier this year, but that kind of stuff, at least for me, is not common. It's not like I roll around in the dirt or play outside or, go on hikes or anything like that. So, that's a weird way of, something happening, but next thing you know, your leg itches and it's swollen up or whatever. So injury prone can be a bunch of different things. It's what you can do about that is maybe be a little cautious in the month of September. I always tell people, don't go jogging in the dark. You're just asking for trouble. Probably a bad month to be jumping out of a plane with a parachute, just that kind of stuff. Play it cool, play it cautious, and especially in regards to work, definitely no risks with work. Don't be doing any heavy lifting. Don't be doing I don't know what else would be risky with work, but especially if you do physical jobs, you work your body with work, just be a little cautious of your body, especially in September. They basically show that, you're awakening to see what is going on here. We have clairvoyance. So this is kind of shaking up your senses. You're being able to see what is going on here, see through the illusions of what's going on here, whatever your work situation, circumstance is. And going back to that physical injury card, this could also be that you're just beaten up over work in general. Maybe work's got you down, especially if you're holding your line here in the defensive sand and, you're under attack or something like that. You might just be over this. Hey, you know what? I don't need to be here right now. I don't want to be here right now. Okay, so that is also part of the whole thing about being beaten up. It may not be an actual physical beat up. It may just be, mental or something like that. But anyway, you're seeing the clear picture here. So I'm not worried about it. It looks very good. Before I hit story 3 and we get into the rune stone and the health scrub, I do want to tell you guys about the moon cycles. The moon cycles play a big deal in every single month. I like to give you guys the moon cycle forecast so you know what's coming, so you're ready for it. First thing that hits is the full moon in September. That happens on September 10. That is the best time to get anything out of your life that doesn't fit anymore, something that needs to go. It doesn't matter what it is. I know we're talking about work stuff here, but this can be anything. This could be a person. If a person's got to get out of your life, I'd do that early in September opposed to later. If, you got to sell something, you got to donate something, repurpose something, finish an old project, kick an old habit, get rid of emotional baggage. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's something you're trying to get out of your life, full moon helps you with that early in September, guys. Adversely, we have the new moon that comes in September 25th. That's the best time to bring anything brand new into your life. This is a work spread. If you're trying to do something new with work, I would focus more on that in the bottom kind of part there of September. I wouldn't do it early. I'd do it later. It doesn't mean you couldn't look or you couldn't pursue things, but I wouldn't get serious about it till later. Bringing in the new stuff is much easier later this month, and it doesn't matter if it's about work or not. You can be bringing in new love. Maybe you're single and trying to change that. Maybe you're trying to do something new with health, with diet, exercise, something new financial. It doesn't matter what it is. New moon energy, kind of, it doesn't care. It's blind. It doesn't care what it is. But that is the window for it, end of September. If any of this has confused you at all, I put together a moon cycle cheat sheet to help you with that, a visual aid, a little graphic indicator. That's for free. It's on my website, scottsagent.com. You go to the bottom of my videos page there. That's where it's parked. You can check it out. It shows you how the ebbs and the flows of September work and how you can align certain important things in your life to them to just go with the current much easier. Work with the energy that already exists there with the moons and the moon cycles. So there's your moon cycles, guys. While you're at the website, make sure you're signed up for the newsletter. The newsletter is a no-brainer because I give my newsletter great people a couple free readings every single year, just for being signed up to the newsletter program. I only send one newsletter email every single month. It's just for updates, what's going on with the channel and the website, and promo codes. Save you guys money on readings. Who doesn't love saving money? Great stuff there on a wide variety of services. I have worked very diligently and very hard to offer services that are for everybody. And even my very, very affordable ones, my mini bite-sized ones, I got a brand new product launched in there too. And so make sure you're signed up to the newsletter because eventually you're going to hit these free readings just like the rest of my newsletter people do. Now, talking about that brand new product, that yes or no, it's a profound audio product, guys, because it's specific just to you. There is no Virgo bubble energy like what we're reading for here. Actually, all my products are personalized just to you. So it's all about you. It pulls from your birth date. You don't even have to show up to the reading for the audio products, the mini ones. So that is just emailed, a file that's emailed to you. I record the whole thing right here where you're looking at me, right here with this microphone. Now, with the yes or no, you get to ask a specific question. So it's very powerful because Spirit is going to give you factors about the yes side, factors about the no side, give you a bunch of information so hopefully you can make the decision that's right for you, or at least not worry so much about whatever is on your mind. So the yes or no is a brand new product available right now. I have a promo out about that. If that's something that interests you, it's linked in the description. It'll also autoplay at the end of this reading here for you, where I did live readings for people that are asking yes or no questions. So you can see what that's all about and the information you get in response to that. But also, just released last month, we started the physical products in the store, the actual store, tangible stuff here, guys. The brand new product here, we released one last month, one this month. We're going to slow roll everything out until we have a whole big spiritual store. So let me tell you about this wonderful, great product right here. I'm going to cut out for that. And then we're going to be back with your last story and your health scrub. Okay, guys, the time has come to unveil and reveal the brand new product. The Scott Sagent line here is now offering you, if you are sunflower obsessed like me and a lot of other spiritual people, we're going to talk more about the sunflower momentarily, but this, guys, is sunflower potpourri. To my knowledge, this is a niche item. I don't think it exists out there, at least not like this. This is produced in small batches, hand fragranced, a quarter-pound bag. It's your standard size potpourri bag, but this fragrance, I wish I could allow you to smell it through your computer, through your phone. Unfortunately, technology doesn't let us do that yet. So you're going to have to take my word on this, but this thing smells. The aroma is dreamy. It is dreamy. It is heavenly. It is fragrant. The aroma is powerful but sweet. The sunflowers are not bulky enough to really make a true potpourri, so we had to use other items. But we captured the essence of the sunflower here by the color patterns, kind of the fall, a lot of the yellow, make it pop just like the yellow in the sunflower does. And what this is hand fragranced. So that means by hand, and make sure that the whole thing is fragranced, not just the top part, not just a little bit of it. So it's all hand kind of mixed there. And also, the high quality ingredients are in here. That's very important so that the potpourri doesn't mold. In fact, this is supposed to last 10 years or longer as far as the construction of it. Now, as far as the fragrance, that does eventually run out. We'll talk about that more momentarily too. It looks kind of small, but it actually lives very, very large. Let me show you how big this actually presents. This is a bowl that I just picked up at the dollar store. You're going to actually, if you're going to do it right in one bowl, you need a bigger bowl than this. This one doesn't quite cut it because I got all this went into this, plus this is left over. So there is a lot. So if I didn't overfill this one, you could definitely fill two of these bowls, almost to the brim. And, use this in two different rooms. This works best, guys, in any kind of small rooms here. It basically creates a scent for the entire room. And it's best in bathrooms, small little linen areas, or anywhere you just want to freshen up. It works best in a shallow bowl. It needs to be able to breathe. That's the key here. So you don't want to pack it down too tightly. This is packed tightly just for shipping reasons. But once you open it up, you set it up so it can breathe. The fragrance eventually goes away. Well, how long is that going to take? It's hard for me to say right now, but I'm estimating about 3 months. That's what good quality potpourri does. It lasts about 3 months. So that's what this is. And that's what we're expecting this to do and how to live. In about 3 months, let's say, the fragrance runs out, doesn't smell anymore. Well, that sucks. Now you got to buy another potpourri, right? No, you don't. Actually, with this is the sunflower spritzer bottle that is a separate product, but they're a team. They go together. This is a tandem here. And this is the same exact scent palette. The difference is that this is the strong stuff to last 3 months, and this is just more diluted. Now, the reason that's diluted is because it serves other purposes. This can be used as a room spray. You can freshen up your whole house by spraying a couple pumps of this stuff and make it last for days. You can, if you have cats, a couple sprays in the litter box. When that starts smelling bad, your house smells good again. If somebody stinks up the bathroom, you can use this for anything to make smell better. And this is also skin friendly. People can wear this as, it's not as strong as a perfume, but it's more of the line of like a body spray, a body mister. You can actually wear it on yourself. But basically, the way that you refresh this, you can rejuvenate it instead of getting a new one or throwing it out. You can basically recycle this by all you do, take a big plastic bag, like a grocery bag, plastic, dump the whole thing in there, spray a good wet layer on the top of it with your mister, with your spritzer here. Good wet layer. Close that bag up, shake it up, put it back in your bowl, and you're good to go. You're good to go for at least another week or more. The sunflower is God's flower. It basically represents all the main characteristics of the year. What you got there are your 52 petals. That represents weeks in the year. Inside, you got your seeds. You got 365 in a perfect flower. And it also follows the Fibonacci sequence of the Fibonacci spiral, that the way that the seeds kind of go around in a spiral. And also the leaves coming up the stems, there's supposed to be 12 in a perfect plant. That represents, you guessed it, the 12 months. So the sunflower kind of represents our cycle, and that is why it's called God's flower. You're going to love it, guys. Check it out. Okay, guys, I am back with story 3 here, the work spread for my wonderful Virgos. This is a shorter, sweeter story. Not a lot of moving parts, so I feel like there's going to be most of my audience here. There may be parts where multiple stories here do resonate with you. That's okay if they do, too. And so here we go. The first thing they bring up is taking great authority in this corner. Work, business, enterprise, area study, taking great control here, the JOB, taking control over it, being your own boss for some of you, being your own accountability boss for the rest of you. Okay, so holding yourself accountable. They show a lot of you are very discontent here. So, if you're not happy with your current situation, your work situation, or maybe you want to improve it, something like that, you could very well be here in story 3 with me. If you just love your job and everything's hunky-dory, this is probably not about you. You'd be in 1 or 2. But here, this shows a discontent, a little bit of boredom with something. You need some change going on. So here, what the advice is to find something to get interested in. Get excited about something, whether it's doing something different at your current job, maybe listening to music while you work, doing different things to make it exciting or interesting where before it's just mundane and boring, or maybe this is a change that has to occur. Maybe this is not something that something like that can fix and you just have to go to a full, different job altogether. Okay, so that can come up. They want you to be excited about what you do. It makes getting up for work a lot easier. Let's face it. Doing something that you like improves everything. They do show that there is slow growth there. So keep in mind, too, that, if you stay at the current job there or the current kind of path you're on, there is growth to it. It's just slow. So, probably too slow for you. Maybe you'd like to see this grow more than it is or something like that. But, there is a future there. If you decide to stick it out, doesn't mean you have to. It just means it's there if you want it to. They're basically saying to find comfort. You got to do what you're comfortable with, what your heart feels good with, what feels good intuitively and in your gut. So it's kind of like the whole spectrum, right? I know I'm, kind of speaking in circles with the vagueness here, but that's what they gave me. They gave me comfort. So not a lot to say about that. You got to do what you feel is best at the time. That's what we all do. We all choose, So that's story 3. Good way to wrap up there, because even though it's showing that, that it shows you're in control. And by when that shows that, it's not saying that you're lacking control or you don't make decisions. There's none of that going on. So I'm not worried about it at all. And it's just more of like, you kind of pulling the trigger when the time is right or when the opportunity is right. Let me grab your runestone now. I kind of feel like that runestone is going to have very profound impact tie-in to these stories. Give them a quick swirl. All right, so here we go. Virgo runestone for the month of September 2022. 2 of them want to come, but you're not getting 2. We're only getting 1. There we go. All right, so I always never remember which way to hold it for the camera. I think it goes like this for the camera. This is the runestone for Gateway. Gateway, we have Gateway here, Gateway there, probably on the other side too. So Gateway, there isn't something opening here. A gateway is a bridge, usually between worlds, but it can represent a bunch of different things. Basically a path between 2 places. Okay, so this is a gateway, like we talked in story 3, a gateway between jobs, perhaps, situations. Over here in story 2, a gateway between getting you to a place where you don't have to defend yourself, where you're good with good family balance. Over here in story number 1, the gateway could be this opening up to really be something good for the 2 entities that they show, the 2 people or the 2 companies, the 2 accounts, whatever that is about. They're showing gateway for the runestone. So there is a window opening here, and it's a thing called September, guys. It's not just birthday. Virgos share some August birthdays here too, guys. But this is a gateway. I'm making a terrible joke, but you get the point. Gateway is an opportunity. It doesn't mean you have to take it, but there's a bridge here. There's a path for you to go do something else, especially with work, or improve something that you're currently doing, and that feels more like story 1. So maybe go back to that and pull the information out of that if it's something that you're good with, you're just trying to improve upon, or something like that. So that is the entire part for that, plus the runestone. Now I got to get into your health scrub, guys. I'm way over my time, so but I do have to reshuffle these cards real quick. So let me cut out while I do that real fast, and I will be right back. Okay, Virgo, I am back. The cards have been reshuffled again. Ritual cut it one last time. For good measure, we're ready to run the health scrub. Health scrub, I pulled top to bottom, 1 through 7. I may read it in a different order. I'm way late on my time too, so I'm just going to focus on the problem areas or the areas of concern. If things are good, you don't really need to know about it, right? Just business as usual. So there we go with 1 through 7. That is pulled. I do have some major cards here, so I'm going to get some more angel cards to talk about it. Actually, that's the only one. Okay, so let's kind of go through it rapid fire. The root chakra's coming in good, especially for my couples. That's good sexual energy. That's also good. That's good, like pelvic area, tailbone, arms and legs. All that stuff checking in very good, especially for my couples. Moving on up here, this is kind of lower stomach area here. This is showing you're giving something away a little bit too much here. That's a hard one to read. It's like people aren't stealing this from you. You're just giving it away. So what could you improve with your lower digestion here? Maybe probiotic. I almost feel like you're just letting an opportunity go by here. It's almost like what's good for this here, but you don't do it. Maybe you don't feel like eating that probiotic once in a while or something like that. Not sure what that is, but that's a lower digestion thing that's coming up. Your upper stomach coming in good, real nice. I like the way that looks. That's brand new, kind of overflowing, good stuff there. That's detoxification organs and such. Moving up into heart and lungs, also wonderful. I got the joyous, actually second best card in the deck. Cardio's looking real good for you guys. Heart, lungs checking in very nicely. Throat area here, this is can also be dental, throat, glandular stuff. This is showing rest and relaxation, so not a lot of movement with it. Maybe I don't know if we need to get moving, or if things are actually just kind of good and there isn't really a lot of work required right now. I don't want to scare you away from going to the dentist, but I guess if it was showing busy, I'd feel more about giving you that advice. So this is coming in kind of like calm and cool. I guess business as usual. We get into the top 2, and kind of this is the more area that I want to focus on. Now the area that is your head and kind of your face here is showing that this is very much about your choices here. This can be also hearing, eyesight. It's like your senses kind of stuff. So this is like a choice. So that makes me feel very much like eyes, eyesight, like LASIK stuff, or wearing glasses, or eye health, or procedures that would help your hearing. Or just that can apply to anything on your face, really. It could even be skin. They're going to talk more about skin in the next one. But something in the face area is that same definition pool. They're letting you know that this is not about momentum or about fate. This is more about your day-to-day choices here and what you do with this. So really, they're saying it's in your control. We leave it to you. We don't look at us for advice here. This is on you. You got this. Okay, they bring in compassion for the angel card. So they're saying, to be soft to everybody that's involved in this situation. So there are some people that are going through some things here that are in the head area. Whether it's like a something on your skin that's like a piece of like skin cancer that needs to go, or maybe it's something more like tumorish, or who knows what this could be. A bunch of different things, but there is at least somebody that's dealing with something here, and it's not them directly. It's usually somebody here that they're attached to, a good friend of theirs, a family member going through something, some procedure with their face. That's tough, tough thing for them to go through. So, be really soft to that person. Of course, they're going through some ththings. Maybe put more energy into them too. And, this whole health scrub may just be about that one person, really. That was the key note. There's not a whole lot else to talk about here, quite honestly. But sometimes, Spirit does that. Sometimes they just want to key on a couple people instead of the whole sign. We have the Seven of Pentacles to end with the crown chakra. The crown, well, not the chakra, but the crown. It would be the crown chakra if we're doing a chakra scrub. In the health scrub, the crown is basically something that is all over your body. It's not designated to a certain area. So this could be something like skin. This could be something like blood flow, circulation, white blood cells, T cells, hair, nails, all that kind of stuff. Something that's all over you, right? Now, this is showing a lack of growth here. So, there's maybe something that you could improve upon with that. Get some more growth going. Not sure where it applies, but I gave you the list there so you can put the context together of, how that fits for you. This is a general reading. We have a lot of Virgos tuning in, so, private messages for you. This is offered. It's very specific to you. This is a product on my mini product page. It is called a health scrub. Also have a chakra scrub for spiritual health. So good stuff all around, guys. There's really not a lot to worry about here. Just a couple like little things that they just want to bring awareness to. Nothing more than that. Everything is checking in very good. And that may be part of the message too. Maybe some of you are worried about something with health. Say you're worried about your heart or your lungs or your stomach or, your toes, who knows what. Here, they're kind of going through the different phases here and telling you, what, this is actually okay. You actually don't need to be worried about this right now. So that may also be part of what Spirit was going with there. So all in all, very good, guys. We have been through it all. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I know it's been a long reading. We've been through so much. Remember to check out the wonderful Sunflower Potpourri. Also the Scott Sagent Sage Soap, which has been flying off the shelves. I actually had to do a reorder on that. Just can't even keep it here. So this is... really good stuff that is going to ship free for you in the month of September. So check out that shop. Thank you for tuning into the readings. Remember to like and subscribe so you see the future videos. That's it for me. Have a wonderful September. Go Virgos.